I'm Elaine Norden and I am the proprietor of the Mysterious Tea Shop. I had the name of the shop for over 20 years before I actually got the shop, which is about 2.5 years ago. I opened the shop simply, as I say, because it was always a dream come true. A lot of people ask me, how did you get into this? And, how do you know you've got a gift? Well, I've been reading the cards now 31 years, and I really first found out I was psychic at the age of 14, which is a lot longer than 31 years ago. I just heard something on the radio, and I can't remember what it was, and I rushed downstairs to say to my mum, I just knew that was all happening. I had that scenario in a dream. And my mum turned around and said to me, you're just going to be like your Auntie Nellie. She was a clairvoyant and into reading the tea leaves and fortune telling. And the deck I use was chosen for me by a wizard, and this is my one and only deck. I do think people are changing in their awareness of what's going on in the world, and they're becoming dissatisfied, for want of a better word, and want to know how their life is going to change. And with all the development of the holistic therapies, the tarot has always been there, but the holistic therapies are now growing, and I think people, men and women, are far more in tune that there is something else there other than money and everyday life. And hence why this economic climate hasn't really affected me. Having said that, my prices are very good. I couldn't have wished for a better location than where I am on Christchurch Road, because I'm not in Boscombe, but I'm not in Pokesdown. I'm in between the two. Having said all that, unfortunately, this whole parade of shops that my shop is within is really going to be knocked down and redeveloped probably this year. The owner or the landlord of the whole block has resubmitted planning to turn this whole block into 51 flats with 5 or 6 shops underneath. Absolutely huge project, and it is sad because none of us will still be here. So regeneration, yes, and possibly will look a lot better, but it's a shame all the shops have to go. I always say to people they must be taken as a guidance only, that my clients have free will. I totally believe in what the cards say, but I would never dream of enforcing that issue on someone else. However, I've predicted 2 pregnancies very recently, and unfortunately, I won't go into graphic detail, but way back when I lived in the Midlands, which is where I'm from, something absolutely awful happened. It even made the newspapers of what happened, and that did frighten me a little bit. There is a responsibility, I feel there is, on reading someone's cards with what I have to say to them. But I will always give a true reflection, because as I say, life isn't always good. You have the good and the bad intermingled.